Okay, folks, here's a quick review of the Faora figure that was produced by Mattel as a part of the Movie Masters Man of Steel line of products. I picked this up at Walmart for $15.99. Faora, or Faora as she's called in the Man of Steel movie, she was a bit of a tough find in my area. I didn't think that I'd find this figure and initially thought that I was going to have to order it online if I was going to get the pleasure of reviewing it for everyone. But thankfully, I was able to locate it and add it into my Man of Steel collection. Okay, so when I first got the figure out of its packaging, I liked its overall appearance. The first thing that I noticed was the decidedly battle-worn look of Faora's armor, and after reviewing some stills from the Man of Steel movie, I think Mattel did a nice job in replicating that feature on this figure. Facially, this isn't a bad likeness of how, and I'm going to try to pronounce her name, and I'm probably going to slaughter it, Anjay Trow. The actress who played Faora looked in the Man of Steel film, although after looking at those stills, the facial area, it doesn't look completely accurate either, but it still looks okay. The articulation joints on this figure all worked pretty well for the most part. I had no problem with moving the neck, the shoulders, the upper biceps, the elbows, the wrists, the hips, the knees, and the ankle joints. I was also pleased to see that the armored shoulder pads around her shoulders are made of a soft plastic, and thus they don't hinder the shoulder articulation on this figure. The only joints that I ran into a problem with were the mid-thigh joints just above her knees, as they were quite stiff, and they still don't really want to move that much. Paint apps were nicely done with no appreciable errors to speak of. So let me pause here, zoom in, and I'll give you a closer look as to what Faora looks like. Okay. Faora didn't come with any accessories. However, she did come with a figure stand, so let me pan down real quick and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so as you can see, this is the same style figure stand that's been included with the other Man of Steel Movie Masters figures that I've previously reviewed. And just like before, we see the family crest symbol on it. While I still think that this stand is a bit on the small side for a figure in this size scale, I think that an additional foot peg would have been helpful, as sometimes these figures do have a tendency to fall over even when posed on this included figure stand, so be careful not to accidentally place it where it can fall and potentially be damaged. And as before, I will say that I am glad that Mattel even chose to include a figure stand with these Movie Masters figures. Alright, back to the figure itself. What I'll do now is a quick 360 of Faora for you, and let's see what she looks like from all sides. So here she is from the front. Here she is from the left. Here she is from the rear. The right-hand side. Finally, here we are once again from the front. So overall, I'd have to say that I like this figure quite a bit. It's got good articulation, and the paint apps were pretty well done. I'm still not pleased about the size of the included figure stand, but as I said, I'm glad that Mattel at least decided to include one in the package. So therefore, I think this Faora figure, it deserves a great recommendation. I think that it is a nice addition for your Man of Steel Movie Masters figure line. And that also goes for the Superman fans out there too. Okay, so on that note, take care and stay tuned for my next review. Have a good one.